Okay, tell us your name and tell us about your project.
My name is Robert Milliken, and my project focuses on determining the charge of an electron. The experiment consisted of observing electrically charged oil droplets between two metal surfaces. The plates were oriented horizontally. A stream of tiny oil droplets was introduced through the top plate. The droplets were ionized by an X-ray, making their charge negative. The electric field was initially zero and the velocity was calculated. The experiment was repeated and the electric field was adjusted until the droplets were suspended between the two plates. This equilibrium represents equal gravitational and electrical forces. From the known density and voltage, the charge on the particle could be calculated.
What were you guys trying to do or find?
We were attempting to determine the charge of an electron. Our experimental value was 0.6% less than the present day accepted value.
Where did the project or experiment occur?
My experiment occurred in 1909 at the Ryerson Physical Laboratory at the University of Chicago.
What other significant events were happening around the world at the time?
Well, William Howard Taft was inaugurated as the 27th President of the United States, and the military purchased the world's first military plane from the Wright brothers.
Who else was involved in the project?
It was me and my colleague Harvey Fletcher.
So what was your role in the project?
I led the project, but Fletcher contributed significantly. I made him accept to removing his authorship from our work in order to receive his PhD.
What impact did your project have on the physics community?
Years later, my project raised suspicion due to more numbers being recorded in my journal than in my final report. This caused an uproar in the physics community, so they disputed it and found out that I only turned in numbers that made my work look good and threw out the ones that said otherwise. My work was hindered by the fact that I used the wrong viscosity for air.
Why did you remove Fletcher from the work?
He was working under me and I saw an opportunity to keep the reward for myself. I later received the Nobel Prize in 1923.